Guys, welcome back. We are here with our 33-week bump update on little E and I. Welcome from Kanchanaburi. We are not home right now. We're on vacation visiting On's family. I don't have like an OB update because obviously we cannot see our doctor out here, and I think symptoms have been pretty consistent and they've all kind of stayed the same lately. But I wrote everything down. I think a lot of them have to do with traveling as well. Like, I'm not in my normal bed, I'm walking a lot more, I'm sitting in the car, but let's go for it. So 33 weeks, I've noticed, like, still same as last week, very sore hips in the night. Like, I feel like a rotisserie chicken. I wake up every few hours, I'll be in pain on this side, and then I have sciatica, so it's really hard for me to get from sleeping on this side, rotating onto my back with how heavy she is, and then rotating onto my right side. But that's what I've been having to do. It's been a little bit of a struggle in the night, and then having to wake up and go to the bathroom. And because of where we're staying and the floor is kind of slippery, On has to get up with me every time to help me. And I've been going obviously 2, 3, maybe 4 times during the night, so waking up a lot more in pain. And I did actually have like pain in my belly, like on the side here, so I don't know if it was from laying on it, laying on her, or what, but the sore hips have been kind of consistent the last 2 weeks. Little E is very active. I know some people say like as you get bigger you feel the movements less and less. I don't. I feel her some days like just up in the ribs, and then other times like really low, and then here. And it's really funny because I was telling On, because sometimes like I'll catch a movement and I'll grab his hand and he'll feel it, but a lot of times like he'll put his hand on my belly and she stops moving completely. But I was explaining to him kind of how it feels. Like I'll feel a limb kind of brush along the edge of the belly, and I showed him this face. I was like, she's kind of like this. I showed him with my tongue. And then one moment, like she had like the limb sticking out and it just stuck there for a couple seconds. So I was like, oh, it feels like this. So yeah, she's moving a lot, which is great. I cannot really tell if she is head up, head down. I did feel hiccups down here, and then I felt hiccups up here. And I read a lot where like if you feel a lot of movement up top, that means that they're head down. But then I read that she could still be breech with her feet up here, so I really don't know position wise where she is, and it's been driving me crazy. And that was a big reason I didn't want to skip like our OB appointments, but that's fine. I've had to reschedule it 3 times now. I'm supposed to see the doctor this Saturday in the morning, then I was going to do this Saturday in the afternoon, but because we have to drive back from Kanchanaburi all the way to Phuket, it'll probably be like 11 plus hours. So I'm thinking, and I have to return to work Monday, so I'm thinking of rescheduling. We rescheduled to Tuesday. I'll just have to go during work and it'll just have to be what it is. But I want to know how she's doing. Out of breath. So she's moving a lot. Still just getting the colostrum from one side. Usually I notice it when I'm very like relaxed, or I'm laying down, or I'm napping, just very little bit. And it is getting a lot harder to walk. I feel like modeling more, and getting in and out of the car is very difficult for me. I kind of just like grab onto the bar up top and kind of just turn my whole body out and fall out of the car. Something that happened this past week is I did get bit by a bug on my foot, so we had to go to the hospital. And I got prescribed some medication, and then when I googled the medication, they're like, don't take it during pregnancy. So then I had to call my hospital down in Phuket, and the language barrier was a little difficult. So I was on the phone for a bit because the nurses didn't really understand that I was asking about a new prescription and if I can take with the pregnancy. They thought I meant like the vitamin prescription I had previously, but overall they said it was fine to take it. But with the bug bite, it's very red, itchy, burning. It's getting better now, like it's not as red, but when I walk on it throughout the day, it will get redder and redder and more irritated. But it's been I think it happened Thursday night or Friday night, and it's now Wednesday? No, it's Thursday. So it's been like almost a week. But since the bite, I've noticed extreme swelling in my feet, and we were a little worried about preeclampsia because it runs in my mom's history, but I've been taking my baby aspirin. Blood pressure's been normal. It was normal at the hospital, even though I had high anxiety at that time. And it's swelling in both, but my right foot, right ankle has always swelled more due to a past injury. But I'm a little nervous that the doctor might put me on bed rest, which is something we don't want because I need to keep working. But yes, both feet are extremely swollen, which does kind of make it harder for me to walk and move, especially if I'm sitting on the floor eating and then going from sitting to standing, or sitting to standing to go to the bathroom or anything like that is a lot more difficult because of the weight I have to put on these swollen feet. And where we're staying, and because we're so active, we're moving on out of his other house, moving his stuff to his parents' house so we can stay in Phuket, so I can work. What was I gonna say? Oh, my feet are, I'm constantly walking or sitting in the car, so I don't have a lot of opportunity to put my feet up to relieve the swelling. And last thing is my hormones have been making me very emotional at night. Stress, if I don't eat dinner on time, and being tired. Like, I cry at night almost every night, but I think a lot of it has to do with stress, being tired and hungry. But On's been doing great dealing with me in my emotional roller coaster. And that's pretty much it. So, okay, sorry, let me insert this clip. I didn't stand far enough back, but this is little E and I. I definitely think that we are much bigger now. What do you guys think?